What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Virgil here, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball Legends. Today, I'm going to be covering which of these two units is the best blue hybrid Saiyan unit in the game. Of course, we got the Zenkai Super Saiyan Gohan from the Broly movie, and we got the Zenkai Super Saiyan 2 Trunks from the future Goku Black arc, whatnot. We're going to basically be breaking down these two units and deciding which one do you want to run over the other, because they're both insanely good, especially if you have them both maxed out. As you can see here, I do have them at 14 stars. I do not have the Gohan fully Z7 yet, but we're working on him. And that's pretty much it. We're going to jump in. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe. I upload pretty much every single day with Legends content. Like the video, it helps out a ton. I'll set the like goal of this video to 85 likes. If we can do that, I'd absolutely appreciate it. And without a further ado, let's jump right into it. We can start by breaking down their kits, their whole card in general. These are the stats that I got right now. Keep in mind, I only have him Zenkai Soul boosted to Z3. So his defenses are pretty good. I'd say he is a defense type unit, so it is expected. But he fits on Super Saiyans, Hybrids, and Sun Family. Let's keep that in mind. He fits on 3 teams. I know mainly these two units are going to fit on the Hybrid Saiyan setup over any other team for the most part. But they do have respective other teams that they can work completely fine with. So this card actually has 3 really good teams that you can fit on, being Hybrid Saiyans, Super Saiyans, and Sun Family. Do want to run him on Hybrid Saiyans because he's one of the best, compared. These two units are the best 2 blue units for hybrids, I believe, in the game. And I ran him on Super Saiyans this past week, and he's phenomenal on Super Saiyans as well. Sun Family, I'm sure he's good, but there's other options that you can run on Sun Family that'd probably be better. So I recommend using him on either Hybrid Saiyans, Super Saiyans, and he's going to pull off some crazy numbers. Especially if you run him with the Bardock, obviously. Super Saiyans, them crit damages. He is defense-oriented, but he does pull through with the damage. I'm not going to lie. The strike damage is actually pretty good. People have been saying his damage is, he's a defense type unit. He's supposed to defend more than his offense is, but his damage is actually pretty good. I've just seen it firsthand. So his blue card deals massive or matrix impact damage, 20% damage inflicted. His green card, he gets more strike damage. He changes his blast arts to strike. Let's keep that in mind. That's pretty important for being a strike based unit. Deals massive impact damage. The following effects occur upon activation. 30% to ultimate damage. Shortens ally substitution count. That's pretty big, especially on the Hybrid Saiyan setup. Would like to mention that his blast damage is horrendous, though. It's his stats look good, but he just has nothing catered toward his blast damage. So every time I used the blast arts card, it seemed like he really did no damage. So we'll just keep that in mind. He's specific on strike. Can defend very well. Okay, so we have his main ability here. It's called Father. He draws the ultimate. He gets 20% of damage inflicted by allies for 20 counts. So this guy is actually a pretty good support unit as well. He supports the team fantastic. He buffs his allies by 20% of damage inflicted for 20 counts. He restores ally health by 15. Restores ally health by an additional 10% per defeated battle member. So use his main ability wisely. You obviously want to use them while the allies are alive, because he gets the 10 additional, obviously, if there's one dead, but he gets the heal, he gets damage inflicted, he pulls the ultimate. It's pretty solid if you ask me. His Z ability, he buffs Sun Family, Tag Hybrid Saiyan, Strike Defense, 35%, it's pretty good. His Zenkai ability buffs Super Saiyans, so you can use this guy to buff the full power Broly, Bardock, Dynamic Coup when he's transformed. Units like that can really, benefit from the Zenkai ability. So I'm just adding on everything that's going to make this guy fantastic, or that makes him fantastic overall. Okay, we got his first unique ability here. The following effects occur based on number of battle members. So if he has 3 battle members, he reduces damage received by 40% until combo ends when changing cover. And then as his first battle member dies, he reduces damage received by 60%. Until combo, so he's just going to get even tankier, and then when he's the last man standing, he's just going to get a 40% to damage inflicted buff. So This guy is pseudo last stand, like very pseudo. He gets just 40% to overall damage inflicted. It's only going to really benefit his strike. Don't think even the blast. I mean, it's still damage inflicted, so +2 to own substitution count as default. It applies the following effects to self per attack Sun Family battle member when this character enters the battlefield. So his main team is Sun Family hybrids. The majority of hybrids are Sun Family. He gets a 25% to strike damage inflicted. He also gets a 20% to key recovery. Effects reset after a character switch. An additional 45 to strike damage inflicted if allied tag Sun Family is defeated. So like I said, he's pseudo last stand. He's just getting more strike, more damage inflicted buffs. He can put up pretty good offensive numbers. I will give him that for a defense unit. He's an absolute wall, even at where I have him at right now, which is Z4 with Z3 soul boost panels. Like I haven't even Z4'd his soul boost yet. But he's very tanky, so I can only imagine when he's at Z7. I've seen some showcases. He's an absolute wall, and his damage does put up, so I will give him that he's good with both traits. He's not just a tank. He can put up good numbers in the right circumstances. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. He gets a 15% of damage inflicted, and he inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, +10 to strike and blast arts cost. And then his last unique, when changing cover, he reduces key and randomly destroys one card. So he's pretty decent utility. He heals, he supports allies, he has allied def buffs, he really good strike damage, his defenses are solid, stats are actually really good, his defensive stats. But that's pretty much, the Gohan's really solid. Comparative to this Trunks, we're going to jump into the Trunks now. He's his polar opposite. This guy isn't a defense type, he's range type, and he is pretty much all about the offense. He's not, his defenses are not that good. It seems like his defensive stats are not that bad. Do have him close to fully maxed. I'm pretty sure I'm missing the Z7 panel. I am missing the Z7 panel, so be a little bit higher, but dude is all about offenses. He does hold 2 blast arts. He fits on hybrid Saiyans, Vegeta family, and future. Super Saiyan 2 really isn't a tag to buff or to build a team around for the most part right now, so they both have 3 main setups that they can be featured on. So comparing the two, I think they're very similar in the fact that they are both like equally good in their respective count, like in their respective like this Trunks is a offensive beast, and then the Gohan's a defensive beast. So we will decipher one to be the better, in my opinion, at the end of the video, so definitely stick around for that. But I can definitely say that they're very close to each other. One really isn't better than the other, like too much. Like they're both really good. This Trunks, man, he just does so much damage. He's not catered to defending, but everything about him, he just does so much damage, bro. So his blue card deals massive impact damage, 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Okay, so his green card restores own health by 10. He gets 25% to damage inflicted. That's really nice. Also, let's note that he doesn't, just similar to the Trunks, his strike damage isn't all, stats are there, but all his uniques, I believe, cater to his blast damage, right? Yeah. So jumping into the main ability, draws a special move arts card next. That's very good. Draws a blue, restores ki by 70. He gets a 30% to damage inflicted by allies for 30 timer counts. Nullifies allies, attribute downgrades, and abnormal conditions for 7 or for 15 timer counts. I don't know where I got the 7 there. Yeah, so it's a very solid main ability. He buffs allies very similar to the Gohan, 30% to damage inflicted. Keep in mind this is 10% more than the Gohan's, and it's for 10 more timer counts, right? So Gohan gets that, what, 20%, and it's for 20 timer counts? Yep, damage inflicted. Yep, so that right there, Trunks has 10% more for 10 more timer counts. He has other things. He gets the key, gets the blue card, nullifies allies after downgrades. It's really solid. So I have to keep that in mind. 33 to tag future, hybrid Saiyan, blast defense during battle. His Zenkai ability buffs blue, tag future. I think there's only like, the only one you would really buff is what? Vegeta blue, Can't really think of another really good one right now for some reason. I think this is the other good future blue unit. So the Gohan does have more units to buff with his Zenkai ability, more relevant units. We'll jump into his first unique here. He gets a 50% to blast damage inflicted when this character enters the battlefield. Restores own health by 10 when this character switches to standby. The following effects occur when this character evades an enemy attack with Vanish Step. He restores own ki by 30, shortens allies sub count by 2. Okay, 30% to ki recovery per defeated battle member. When this character enters the battlefield, effects reset after switch. He gets an additional 25% damage to inflicted defeated. He gets an additional 25% to damage inflicted per defeated Tag Future, Tag Hybrids, and Tag Vegeta Family battle member. Can't be canceled. Effects reset after switch. Applies the following effects to self after enemy attacks over. He gets core draw speed, -5 to arts cost, 15 timer, cancel ads for downgrades. Okay, then his last unique ability applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. There's a Tag Future or Hybrid Saiyan battle party member other than this character in the party. So he gets another 50% to damage inflicted, reduces damage received by 20, and he shortens own substitution count by 1 every time another battle member is hit with an enemy strike or blast. Activates 10 times. It's been a while since I've looked at Trunks' kid. I forgot how much of a beast this dude is. But yeah, that's pretty much his entire kit. So we've reviewed both of their kits, and they're both fantastic for the Hybrid Saiyan setup at the moment. There is a main hybrid core though, the Revival Gohan, the Future Han, LF Future Han, and we got the FSK Gohan. Those are the 3 main hybrids that you want on that team anyways, but if you needed a blue unit to complete a color wheel, just to have them on the team, these are the 2 best solid options. And Gohan does fit really well just because he's another Sun family member. He gives off additional buffs, I'd say. So this is what he gives off. So when he dies, what is it? Additional 45% to strike damage inflicted if allied Sun family is defeated. So if he has any of those allied, Sun family, those hybrid core, they're all Sun family units. So he's going to get that damage buff. It's easier to activate there. Trunks does seem to have a lot more utility with his uniques. Like we've seen it with his main ability, he gets an extra 10% to the damage inflicted and 10 more timer counts than the Gohan does in his main. The one thing I could say about the Gohan though is that he does pull off the tanking and the damage. I believe this Trunks does not tank that well. He's just straight on the offense. He has insane offensive capabilities. And I would say, in my opinion, that the Trunks would be my go-to option. I haven't tried out the Gohan SE7 yet, but I have seen enough of it, and it's kind of similar to what he's at right now. Just stat-wise would change. That second unique isn't too crazy. What is it? Reduces ki and destroys 1 card. It's not insane, but it's definitely helpful. Another thing to note really is that the Hybrid Saiyan setup, the core setup, doesn't, I feel like, really need a defense at the moment. Like a solid tank like this, it's nice to have, but I feel like they are more geared to offensive playstyle already. The Revive Han has a revival, and the Future Han has an endurance, so it's like they're going to come back from the dead. You can add another tank on there, but it doesn't necessarily need one just because that team is so offensive and it has some pretty solid defensive utility. Just having the revival and the endurance, just to throw that out there. FSK even, man, he's pretty tanky. Not gonna lie, dude is pretty tanky with the cover cut. This Gohan is really good, but his main mechanic isn't really needed in like too much. It really depends on playstyle. I'll say it again, just depends on playstyle, but do feel like it's geared more to the offenses. But overall, I do say that this Trunks is just, I mean, his stats could put up defensively, but he's not your defensive option. I do enjoy running the Gohan. The teams that Gohan fits on right now are really, really good. I love running him on Super Saiyans. The reason I don't use Trunks that much is because I've been using hybrids. I've been using Sun Family for a really long time, so I don't. I've been using the main 3 hybrid core units, and Trunks is just, he's there. He's really good, but one thing we'd like to mention is that we'll jump into the tier list right here. The 3 main units, these top not even all three, just the Revive Han and the Future Han, they're both strike-based units. So the Gohan fits very nicely with those two. You could throw the Trunks in, and he matches up well with FSK being a blast-based. But we'll scroll down here on the tier list. See, they're both actually right next to each other in the present tier list. The guys that run this tier list believe that they're pretty much the same amount of value with one another. Like, they're both good in their respective regions. They're both basically the same. They're both the same tier here. We can see here they got the Gohan, they got the Trunks here. We can go through their explanations. So he has exceptional tank with high strike damage utility. Draws an ultimate arts card that deals massive damage. He goes good with Gohan's, obviously, which is the main hybrid core. They're polar opposites. Gohan's a strike-based unit that does decent strike damage, and he has defenses. Trunks is a good blast-based unit. His defenses aren't that good, but his offenses are crazy. And it's basically based on playstyle and preference, I'd say. I feel like I've been going in circles with that, but my personal preference, I play really offensive. So I'm going to have to say my go-to out of these two units would still be the Trunks, even though I prefer this Gohan as the unit over the Trunks. It's a very weird thing to say, but I do enjoy using the Gohan a ton because he's new, he's fresh, he fits very well. It's a nice tank, but this Trunks is just too good, man. Reviewing the kits, I can't even lie to you guys, bro. Just look at how big these uniques are, bro. Just the amount of damage inflicted buffs that he gets, stats, key recovery, percentage to key recovery. He gets card draw speed. His blue card hits stupid hard. You know what's funny on the tier list? That they actually put the brand new Goten on tier 1. My goodness, bro. They slimed this guy. Everyone was afraid he was going to be crazy, but he doesn't even make the cut for the main hybrid setup. So the Gohan actually had more value at the end of the day, which is pretty dope because I did Zenkai him, and he's a fun unit. So I'm going to be definitely using both of these units. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think is your personal preference. Who is the better option for you, and who are you going to use over the other one? If you have both of them, whatnot. I'm curious to know. I do check the comments. I do read all of them. And appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, I prefer the Trunks. If we're running a hybrid Saiyan setup, I'm going to probably run the Trunks. It really depends on the playstyle and also what variant of the team you're running. If you're running a strike-based setup or a blast-based setup, you can make a team using, if you're running strike, use the Gohan. If you're using a blast-based setup with FSK, just throw in the Trunks. And that's pretty much it. They're both fantastic, and there is no real right answer here just because they're both really good. And if you guys enjoy videos like this with me just discussing units, or if you guys want to hear about certain topics, definitely let me know that as well in the comments, and I will definitely consider covering it. Thank you guys so much. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the very next one. Peace.